Okay, first off, welcome to the podcast. Secondly, we are not affiliated with the university in any way, shape, or form. Also, we had some nervous clicking, not sure if it was me or Lonnie, with a pen, and the mic was a little close to my mouth, but it was our first go, so I hope you guys enjoy the podcast, and hope you come back for the next one. We love you guys, and enjoy.
You know what the battle go through life. We ask for chances fair. Chance equal our strike. Chance do it there. We should win. Let it be by the code. Faith and honor held high. We should lose. Stand by the road. Cheers when winners go by. Day by day. We get better and better. So we can't beat. Boom, beat.
I'm James.
I'm Lonnie.
And this is the very first Panhandle Husker Cast. We're going to go over a lot of different topics, and this is pretty much all going to be Husker football from top to bottom as of right now. Let's see here. What do we want to start with? We got a million different topics to go over. What do you want to start with?
First, we would like to say that we're both true Nebraska fans.
Die hard
Nebraska fans. And we did this out of just fun. We were sitting around talking football and decided
almost 2 years ago.
2 years we've been planning to do this, so we're going to do it today. And kickoff is in about 30 days. The kids just started fall practice, so now is a great time. And I think first things first is we have to welcome Mike Riley.
Definitely have to welcome Mike Riley.
Welcome to Nebraska. I hope you can hold your ass to the hot seat because it gets hot.
It gets very hot in Nebraska, extremely.
I know there's a lot of people that were upset about Bo and the way that happened. We're not going to really touch on that.
I was one of those. I'm just going to say that right now.
Yeah, we know a lot of people that were not happy about it, and there's a lot of people that are happy about Mike Riley. And
I'm very optimistic, though.
Yeah, the only thing we can say is we have to follow our team, and good or bad, highs and lows. So, Mike Riley, welcome. And here's to the Big Ten Championship.
And I really, really do honestly hope that he takes our team back to the promised land. Like, I believe in him, and I believe in what's happened. Like, let's make that the first thing we talk about. Let's talk about the change. Like, changes. Yeah. Pretty much all across the board.
All the way across the board.
Like, one of the main things that's been really prominent lately is the talk of the new strength and conditioning coach.
I love that guy. I absolutely love that guy.
He's fucking awesome. And the kids have been talking so highly about him, and, like, things that he's changed since he's been here.
And on their Twitter, like, there's a lot of people that say, I haven't thrown up after a practice since high school. So these kids are getting conditioned the right way. And that was one of the main problems with Pelini. I assume, from what I read, his conditioning wasn't quite where it needs to be. And our new strength coach, Phillip, that guy looks like he weight trains. He looks like he can scare the bejesus out of kids.
I feel like he's probably in there lifting with him half the time.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, he's a big dude.
He's humongous.
He's a big dude.
And he has giant traps that would eat your face.
And one thing that has been, like, prominent the whole time, like, everything I've read about this guy from the players has been the fact that, like, there were restrictions on how much these kids could lift before Bo and his staff were gone.
I just read that today.
And now they can, like, if they come in and they feel like they could go bench, I believe is I can't remember who said it.
It was one of the offensive linemen.
Yeah. He said, before if you came in and you're like, I feel like I could bench, 325 for, however many reps this go. You couldn't do that because your card said 275. Yeah. But now, our new strength conditioning coach is doing the total opposite. He's like, if you feel like you can lift heavy and you want to lift heavy today, fucking lift heavy.
He lift heavy.
And this dude, and he, oh God, I need to find his name. I want to find that article because he's like 250 pounds now. He put on 20 pounds of muscle mass over the summer.
Alex Lewis, he's the left
That's
tackle.
one?
Yeah, he's one of them. He put on 20 pounds.
You sure it was a lineman?
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
Come on in, say hi.
Yeah, go
say
ahead.
Hi to the internet.
What's up, internet?
Grab a seat, dude.
We're not
This
really
one
live,
right there.
so you don't have to be...
Yeah, it's not live.
Oh.
I can edit out whatever I need to, if I choose to.
We're just talking about our new strength and conditioning coach.
And how the players have taken to him, like, amazingly well.
So, yes, it was... Alex Lewis he weighed 275 at the end of last year.
But who's the linebacker?
I don't know.
Because he was saying he put on 20 pounds over the summer.
That's
not fat.
Alex Lewis put on 20 pounds over the summer.
So
that's an offensive lineman going from 275 to 3 hundo.
And just fucking
Yo.
monster.
Because Alex Lewis isn't that big. He wasn't a big kid last year.
That's like NFL size.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
It's straight up NFL fucking lineman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark Phillip.
Oh, let's see here.
Welcome, Mike Riley. So, the other coaches that I think I'm excited about, I think our secret weapon, honestly, besides Mark Phillip, the weight training coach, is Danny Lansdorf, the offensive coordinator. And he brings a lot of just offensive genius. He's the one that turned Eli Manning around. From 2 years ago, he had 20 picks. And last year he had like 8 picks and threw for whatever it was, 200 yards. So
yeah.
Lansdorf is a quarterback guru, and he will help Nebraska get to the offense that he wants to.
Well, see, that's another thing is Riley. Riley himself is an offensive coach.
Both those guys are.
So you got a badass offensive coordinator. You have an offensive-minded head coach. This is where Tommy, like, if he doesn't shine, I love Tommy and have faith in him, like. So much faith in him because when he came in for Marty, he fucking
got thrown to the wolves.
He got thrown to the wolves. Yeah, I mean he showed up. I mean it wasn't super pretty.
It wasn't beautiful,
but it did the job for the most part. Yeah. I got to say that. Now the 53% completion percentage, that obviously has to go up, and it should go up in this new system.
Yes,
but even if it only goes up, let's say he only hits like 60% this year.
Enough.
As long as those are incomplete passes and not fucking turnovers, like bad decisions. Yeah. Okay? Even if it is a bad decision, but it's like an overthrow or like if it's not a pick, I would be happy with 60% because even with this 53%, when he was hitting the nail on the head with the hammer, he was fucking hitting it, and he was hitting it hard.
Well, at the bowl game he was.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, he was on fire.
He had about 4 bad passes in the bowl game that could have been picked off, but you heard him crush the pads coming off the guy's chest.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he can avoid the turnover part and up his percentage even just a little bit, that is progress. And that's what you expect out of a young quarterback. I mean, he's coming into this will be his third season. Mm-hmm. And his first one, like you said, he got thrown to the fucking wolves his first season.
Well,
so
that all had to do with the media and how they were coming at Bo Pelini and the expectation of the Huskers.
And honestly,
and that's the biggest downside.
You're a human being, dude. That's going to get under your skin.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's the biggest downside to our fan base, and that's something that a lot of kids can't handle at first.
Well, everyone nationwide on that too.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
All over ESPN nonstop. I mean,
but like, how do you fucking handle that? Like, I wouldn't even know how to begin to deal with that mentally, just getting bashed. Just people just fucking with you on a daily basis.
And actually, Kenny Bell came out and said, I don't understand how Taylor Martinez can stand the way you guys talk to him.
Yeah.
I don't see how he can...
Oh, he took one of the worst bashings any quarterback in the history of Nebraska football has ever taken.
Except
and
for Jamal
he
Lord.
Still took us.
Love you, Jamal. Just kidding. Just kidding.
And he, look what he did on Saturdays. Like, if you go back and look at the film, yeah, he made mistakes.
And he threw an ugly ball for 2 years. Leave him alone.
He did. But look at his completion percentage and his touchdowns.
And imagine if he would have kicked the door.
He was a true dual threat quarterback.
Yes.
I loved him. I loved seeing him play on Saturdays. I was pissed when he was hurt.
Yep.
I was pissed because.
But you know what? He was hurt for
but
how many
then,
games? Taylor was hurt for how many games? And the guy
yeah.
still committed to it.
And he went and played hurt.
And played hurt. And I mean,
and then
still did good.
But then again,
even hurt.
All things happen for a reason, and then it gave Tommy snaps when that happened.
That's
like
right.
I do not wish ill will upon anybody, and I really did not want to see Martinez go down.
But it gave Tommy Armstrong.
But he did, and it gave Tommy an open window, and he took that fucking open window and he's running with it.
And there's a lot of funny things because everyone's talking about the offense that we're gonna run is more of a pro style, and Tommy Armstrong is more of a run guy. And actually, if you go back and look at the high school that he went to, it's pro style. I mean, a lot of high schools still run a version of the spread.
But he threw a lot.
But he threw a lot. He threw a lot. He was
fucking
not
60-yard bombs.
He ran the option. He ran the option so well when he first got to camp that they wanted to incorporate that into our offense. That's why we did it.
And that's
not because he did it in high school.
And that's something that should never leave our program either. Because like everybody wants to talk tradition. That's one thing that I don't care if we end up running a shitty like 2000 whatever Texas Tech spread fucking crap offense.
1,000 plays.
You do not get rid of the option at Nebraska. That will piss off so many fucking people.
Yeah, but what can Mike Riley do with that option?
Oh, he's already incorporated.
Oh, he's got so many fucking.
Yeah, he can use it as.
And the QB read that we've incorporated over the years.
Dude,
oh my god, that play will either piss you right the fuck off, or you'll be praising it the next moment. And that's.
Oh yeah, we play against Wisconsin. We throw that in there. Wisconsin won't be able to stop it.
Yeah.
And that's a motherfucker I'm sick of is Wisconsin.
Yeah,
I'm about sick of those assholes.
But I'm just saying, we play like that. They already got 2 wins on us.
But we're going to skip ahead to something I want to talk about real quick is the Michigan State game.
Yo, geez.
We got that motherfucker highlighted in red. 2 years now. Mm-hmm. 2 years. We could have, but we shoot ourselves in the foot. That's 2 years in a row. Tommy had them on the ropes. And then something happens. Not his fault, necessarily. The whole team is accountable, obviously.
Minus DeMornay Pearsonell.
Yes. He tried like a motherfucker.
Well, I think
he ran the wrong route
of those
the
games,
last one, but
there was stumbles, but then you get the offensive coordinator trying to change things up so much that it confused.
That or even just like staying so one-sided with certain things. That's what I didn't like about Beck.
Tim Beck.
Yeah, Tim Beck.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I love you, Tim Beck. No, I don't. No, fuck out of here.
Have fun at Ohio State.
Anyways,
no love in this house for Tim Beck.
Nope.
Have fun at Ohio
State. It
State.
pissed me off. Like, you have something that's working, right? And then you steer away from it completely. That doesn't make sense. Or you have something that's working and you just run it into the fucking ground.
Yeah,
it's
you change up the offense, completely confuse the line. You completely confuse your receivers.
It makes for a disaster.
And you shoot yourself in the foot.
And then you look at
And then you look at the game, Illinois or one of them games, you run the ball 31 times.
Oh, by the way, the third voice you're hearing is Lenny.
Say hi, Lenny.
I
forgot to introduce him when he came in. My bad.
He's also a Husker fan. We're all Husker fans. If you're not a Husker fan, you're probably not listening to this. So.
Then again, maybe you are.
Well,
just because you like Lonnie's
maybe you're a
sexy
Wisconsin
voice.
fan.
maybe
you're whatever fan you are.
Whatever fan you are, you can listen.
Except for Miami.
Maybe you're a Badger.
Except for Miami.
We'll
Lenny's from Florida. Don't listen to him. Okay, so
skinny and mountain on the wall.
The Michigan State game. You're right. At Big Ten Media Days, I'm pretty sure there was 2 games that Nathan Gary talked about. The Wisconsin game, because that one left a bad taste in some people's mouths.
Dude, it always leaves a bad taste.
And he said that
those motherfuckers have embarrassed the shit out of us.
The Michigan State game circled.
Yeah, the Michigan State game itself it's because they were right there in our grasp. Both games last 2 fucking years, and they are a damn good team.
That is a damn good team.
They are a damn
We're talking
good team.
one.
They were this close to fucking playoffs.
We're 1 win away from getting in the playoffs, and we about whooped them. Well, we didn't about. We about.
Like I said, we had them on the ropes.
We had them on the ropes. It was like last year, the year.
It was like Rocky 1, and you're beat, like you're getting beat down, and you come back and start beating the fuck out of Apollo. And then you lose in a decision. Like, that's it.
Wasn't it Michigan State that they didn't give anybody any yards all year, and we got more yards on them than anybody
Oh yeah,
else.
that was
last year or the year before?
That was 2 years ago when their defense was like top 5 defense. They didn't allow like super low amount of yards per game, and we just blew them the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the game
numbers look really good.
Abdullah ran the first play right up the gut for 8 yards, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's going. We got it." But that a lot of that comes back to our offense and changing things too much, and when things work, don't do them anymore. Like that doesn't make any sense.
And that's the best part of our new staff is that it's like it's a simpler minded. Get back to fucking football and the basics, and not even just the basics, just fundamentals.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, now. Like Bo preached all the time was execution. That has to happen. But it doesn't have to be on this fucking super high level of complication. Like you simplify it and then you execute it. And like our defense, the way they worded it is what they say. I gotta find it. Pin your ears back and kill somebody.
That's what Zach Ganger said. And maybe not kill somebody. Just tackle somebody.
Yeah, that's
get the ball.
That's obviously not a literal statement.
People.
Yeah,
like
wrap them up. Put your helmet in their shoulder, your shoulder in their chest.
But a lot of that, and
fucking crush.
Nathan Gary was
go for the ball.
Nathan Gary was talking about that last year. Those guys would see 3 or 4 checks before they'd even line up on the ball. They would change the play 3 or 4 times. So they were playing slow and scared, and that will never equal success.
No.
So the way Mark Banker's defense is it's going to look. They say it's going to look like Seattle's defense, like 4 DBs, and just go hit somebody.
Now then again, dude, when it worked, and it worked fucking great.
It worked great.
But there was just too much. You can't feed the kids that much. You can't expect them to remember.
Well, not only that, but they're all those the same thing every week. And what do you think the other team that they're going to play next is doing? Is watching all those tapes and watching all that film, and they're drilling into their heads on this is how we're going to beat the offense.
Hence Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship game.
Because exactly.
They ran
fucking terrible.
They ran the same play 30 times and it got them 500 yards of offense.
Yeah. And that's because they freaking studied.
Dude, I literally almost puked after that shit.
Oh, it was terrible. I am not. That's when I lost my mojo.
Okay, so now that we're talking about football games, we're going to talk expectations.
Okay, expectations it is.
Expectations.
Why don't you go first?
Let's go. Let's let Lenny go first. He doesn't have anything written down.
There you go.
Oh, you want me to freestyle?
I don't have anything written down either for the expectations show.
Well,
I just wrote. I
want your heart.
I literally wrote down expectations.
I'll dump my heart.
What's your heart say right now?
My heart says that we cannot go into this season without putting points on the board. We have to put points on. There's no way we're going to win games unless we run up the score and we do what we do and what we've done in the past. And, I mean, our defense can be as stout. You can look at so many teams in the whole NCAA. They could have the top-notch defense. But if their offense is putting up points, they're winning the game.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's the way I feel. And we haven't seen that. We haven't seen
since the 90s, bro.
Yeah, we haven't. And I wasn't even
early
a fan
2000s when we won the conference championship. We actually had a couple blowouts.
Well, if you look at Bo's first year,
but who knows? They were probably foo-foo.
You look at Bo's first year, and it was top 10, top 5 defense.
Yeah, that's true.
And the worst offense in the NCAA.
Yep.
But
what did that get you? It got you 9-4.
Could you imagine if we had Bo
No, I agree
Riley
with the numbers, but that's what I want to see. I mean, we already have that structure.
All right, so
why not go? My expectations, we need points.
Now let's go record.
Oh man, you don't even want to know my record.
No,
it says undefeated.
I like that.
I got it written right there, undefeated. She
is.
That's
undefeated. That is
now because you got shit written down, I'm gonna go second. All right, my expectations for the season are at minimal making the conference championship. Okay, that is something I do believe is extremely possible.
First year out of the gate,
out of the fucking gate.
Okay,
Mike Riley, pulls his fucking
That's
gun
realistic, though.
up and pulls the goddamn trigger,
Yeah,
and he
that's
does it
realistic.
more than once.
And we're going to talk about why
That
here in just a minute.
is very realistic, and
It can happen.
now see, that's the crazy thing is like last year, Ohio State. I fucking hate talking about them, but seriously, they lost a game.
Early.
They lost early.
They lost Vatek.
And look at what happened.
Mhm.
National fucking title.
Yep.
Now, I do not want to lose early. I think if we can avoid losing early, we look goddamn good. We go into BYU, we beat them, we go beat Miami. We're setting a pretty high fucking bar
Right.
really fucking quick, and I don't see these kids letting that bar fall. I feel
lose
like our
against
program
Miami,
will raise it even higher.
If we lose against Miami in Miami, we're not going to look that bad.
No.
If anything, it'll light a fire under our ass,
Right.
and that'll be.
And,
Exactly.
and it's still a learning curve. Brad Kaya is the man, though. You mark that down. He's going to probably own the ACC this year. That kid is the man.
All right, so conference championship, like that. Obviously, we're as fans, we have high expectations.
Always.
But we all know what kind of talent is there. We know what kind of talent Bo recruited.
Mhm.
I will go out there and say right now that every player you see on that field, minus a few young kids, are all Bo recruits. Bo went out and got them. Okay, so give credit where it's due. I'm not a Bo hater. I can't say I'm a Bo lover because he's done some questionable shit. But as far as a coach goes, he was a good fucking coach.
Yeah,
I don't
he
care
knew how
what
to
you say.
recruit, too.
And
But he was a recruiting motherfucker.
don't get
okay?
don't get too far ahead of me, dude.
What I'm-
I want to say what
I got you.
I want to say my expectations.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, remember, all these kids that are going to be whooping ass this year came prior to Mike Riley. Now, that being said, Mike Riley is coaching them now, which could very well make them way better people, way better players,
He's already
so
said
on and
that.
so forth, okay? And they've all said that. They love Riley already. They're just waiting for him to explode. They've said that
And it
before.
doesn't happen.
And it doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
So yeah, I want to see conference championship, and I would my expectations is that we mid-season are within just the talks of making the college football playoff.
So anywhere top 15, 25,
Yeah, ish.
somewhere.
Yeah,
And
I'd like to see us crack
and we
the
could.
top 25
Because-
within the first 2 weeks.
Because let's be honest, our schedule is not that bad.
It's not terrible. No,
It
not
is
at
not
all.
terrible.
It is doable with
It
the
is.
talent we've got. It's doable.
Unfortunately, Wisconsin and Minnesota have had our numbers.
Yeah. Which is why I don't know why Iowa is our fucking rivalry game. Fuck them.
It should be the power of the Big Reds, dude. That should be it, and they should give out a Big Red trophy,
They should.
like a Herbie the Husker giving a stranglehold to the ugly ass bat.
Yeah. I view Wisconsin more of a rival than Iowa than anybody else in the conference for that matter.
Okay, I'm gonna give you my expectations.
Okay. Yeah, it's your turn finally. Go ahead.
Now I have Nebraska fan expectations, which we all know is undefeated all the time, always. So my lower expectations going into this thing, I know Mike Riley's record at Oregon State,
Not the prettiest.
not great, and I was super, super mad when they hired Mike Riley because of his schedule or his overall winning percentage is like 50%. Or
But you
what,
dug
something-
deeper, didn't
something
you?
terrible. Well, yeah, and after he got the coaching staff and everything put together, I really like what he's doing. That's the only way I can say
I mean,
that.
he had a losing record, but he also didn't have the best recruits ever, and
He
he
doesn't.
turned that program
But
around.
There's to a point, yes.
To a point,
But
compared
you
to what
want,
they
hold on.
were.
You want to talk about? We'll talk about that here in a minute.
Okay.
Let me write that down. Right there. That's the only thing I'm going to write down. You can read that for you. Okay, so I'm going to say I have two different predictions for each side of my head. I have the Nebraska fan in me, and I'm going to say that Mike Riley comes out, not necessarily lays an egg, but can't quite get everything together. Because there are some depth
Well,
issues.
that's fair enough. to
So
say.
we're going low end 7-5, high end 9-3. Now that's the conservative Nebraska fan in me. The Nebraska fanatic that I am
Okay.
is starting at 9-3. and with an 11-2 possibility. With our only losses to...
That's about where I would say it.
Wisconsin, maybe, and then... Well, it can't be Wisconsin. Like Minnesota, and then...
M State's had our number 2 years in a row.
Yeah, but, 11-2...
Overcoming that is...
And the 10-4, I don't even know why. I think that was like... One of them's going to be a conference championship game. One of them's going to be the... Because I didn't add any... I must have added something in there. But anyways, I like... 10 and... No, it can't be that. 10-2, 11-1. 10-2, 11-1. That's what I like.
Yeah, that's
10-2, because I didn't add any championship games or anything in there. So I really like 11-1, and I think we're going to beat Wisconsin this year. But Michigan State might be our biggest foe, and that might even come down to like the last minute. So now we're talking the realistic college football fan in me that I watch college football all the time.
Okay.
The lower expectations is 6-6, and that's because every coaching change comes with a little bit of fall off, a little bit of mediocrity. Maybe 7-5. Maybe we pull out, because there's a few manageable games on there. But if you look at what I'm about to talk about here in just 1 minute, this team right here has a lot of talent coming back, and the Big Ten West is not that bad.
No, it's not.
So
People underestimate the shit out of it. It drives me nuts.
So we can very well go from anywhere between 8-4 all the way up. So I think we can get to the Big Ten championship game and go 12-1. And if you look at Nebraska's schedule and you look at the players coming back, that is all possible.
And see, that goes back to what I was saying earlier about the talent we have. It's been there.
Yeah.
And it's
there.
It's such a possibility, and so many people are talking about it. People that aren't even analysts and shit that aren't even Husker fans. People that would rag the fuck out of us after even a slight loss and shit like that are talking like there are all these reasons why Nebraska is could be the fucking dark horse of the Big Ten. Even though we've been 9-10 win team, we're...
A lot of people want us to get over the hump.
Yeah, and that's what we're stuck in right now. We're in fucking 9-10 win limbo.
But most teams would kill for that, dude.
Well, absolutely, but I'm doing the finger quote thing. We're Husker fans, and we deserve and expect more. Yeah. I don't know so much about if I agree with all that nonsense. It's like,
who doesn't want to win a championship?
We deserve cookies.
If you're a Kansas fan, you want to win basketball because you suck at football. What do I tell you?
Fair enough. This one right here.
The Big 12 wants us back.
Which coach said it? That's the question.
It
was K-State, wasn't it?
K-State coach, yes.
Yeah.
That guy's pretty cool. He's old, but he's pretty cool.
He is. And he mentioned, he's like, bring Nebraska back. He was like, they've all been talking about bringing their championship game back, but that just goes to show
the pull.
Yeah,
the name. I mean, it's crazy.
Everybody always wants to say Texas and Oklahoma and USC and Alabama, LSU and fucking Ohio State. All these schools are big names. Where the fuck did our name go?
Right.
Just because we had what was a 4-year slump of dog shit with Cali poop.
Yeah, Cali.
When they got rid of Solich, it fucked us.
Yeah,
I will fucking say that. You should have never fired him ever. I don't give a fuck what he did. It wasn't that bad.
It might have been that bad. I don't know.
No, it wasn't. He was fucking his secretary or something. I don't even remember. Really?
It might have been alright.
Really? He's fucking human.
But we did have a 9 and something season when they fired him.
Yeah,
and that's coming from 11 win seasons though. So or 12, 11, 12 win seasons, and then
yeah, I know, but it wasn't that bad. We were making progress, dude. We were jumping. He got us our first Big 12 championship since 97 or whatever it was. It was 2000, 2001. We had Crouch.
We haven't had a conference house since '99.
It was 2000.
We didn't have a no. We went
look it up.
We went to a bowl game.
I want to say it was 2000.
We went to the Orange Bowl and got crushed by Miami.
Look it up. I guarantee it was 2000.
For what? Our last
championship game. Our conference championship.
It was 1999. It's the last time we won.
I'm pretty sure it's 2000.
1999.
Last Nebraska Conference Championship.
What are we putting on this?
I don't know.
Like $10?
I'll do 5.
5 it is. We claimed 46 of them, so...
Pretty sure I literally read this like a couple days ago. 2000.
We have a division title.
Division title in 2000? Is that where I got confused?
Division title in 2000, 2001, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12. The last...
Was 99. Crouch.
The last conference title... It's not going to list them all. It just says 46 of them.
So, I could very well be wrong.
Yeah, I know you are. That's why I told you.
Well, fuck you then.
Our last conference title was in 1999.
Okay, so it was
Our
a division title I just read.
Yeah,
It was 2000.
And that's when we did end up losing in 2000. We lost one game or whatever.
But our last division title wasn't... It couldn't have been that long ago because we played in 3 conference championships.
From both 2009, 10, and 12.
So what the fuck was I reading?
I don't know.
99-2000 season?
We have an
because they labeled it
unclaimed
like
national
that?
title in 99.
Yeah, that was Crouch.
I thought we got... Oh, because that's right. That's right. And then the
We
next
got
year...
fucking walloped.
The next year we went and played Miami and got walloped. And that was the beginning of the end for...
It was.
For
Litch.
Mr. Litch.
Litch O'Frank.
Yeah.
Alright, so we left off talking about what?
Predictions. And then we're done with that.
Alright, so let's jump into our backfield because we lost a very, very big role in our offense. Very important. Very badass motherfucker in the name of Amir Abdullah. Who's going to replace him? Who do you honestly think is going to replace him?
At the end of
Like,
last
there's
year...
no technically replacing him, obviously, but who's going to fill his spot?
At the end of last year, I honestly thought it was going to be Amani Cross. And I feel really bad for Amani Cross because I think Newby's going to take most of the snaps.
I do too. I think Cross is just kind of stuck in that limbo of being the second string running back, and only because of our system.
Yes, and our system has killed him his entire career.
Yes.
And that being said, he is still a beast. And
he is a bull, bro.
I think he actually cut a few pounds, so that might help him out. And he's going to be good in like third down pass protection type things, I would think, because he's bigger than Noobs.
He has had a couple ball security issues, but the motherfucker runs people over.
He's
like
big. He's scary. And he's
you need
good.
3 linebackers to take that son of a bitch down. So
that I don't know. I think it's going to be Newby.
He will get snaps still.
Yeah,
I guarantee that. But they're going to be like obviously when like Newby gets tired. Just the same concept as when Abdullah was here. Cross will go in and
he's durable. He's going to be old, he's going to be old, reliable.
Very much so. And he's like 3rd and shorts and shit like that, or 4th and shorts when we decide to go for it. Fucking grindstone, bud. He will just pound and pound. Like, he doesn't stop moving forward.
And the guy that just got onto campus, Jordan Stevenson, I think he's gonna fight for playing time right away.
Oh, he will. And he's already fitting in. Like, I was reading today, like fall camp just started, obviously, and today would have been their second practice. It wasn't even over yet. I had read shit that was posted from fucking yesterday saying he's already fitting in, like, which is awesome.
Yep.
Fuck you, Wisconsin. Anyways.
Yeah.
Go suck it.
Go suck
corn cob.
So I think it's going to be committee maybe. I don't know. I think Newby's going to fit into that system, and I think Cross is going to get the shaft. Mainly because of system, but we'll see. I don't know how that's going to work out. I know
dude,
Riley wants
camps, that's a month worth of, their 2-a-days and all their crazy
and Riley wants the best people
scrimmages.
On the field, so I don't know.
He will get snaps.
And I think
especially like lineup fucking bull nose, push it forward to gain some yards, and that's when he excels. Like, that's when he shows how awesome he is, because he's been put in those situations before, break off for 30, 40 yards. You know what I mean? So, and I think he's a downhill runner. I mean, he has some agility, and we've seen it. Mm-hmm. Like, his decision making to choose where he's going to go with the ball is quick. Yeah. But when he gets going and he hits full speed, he's not a break your ankles kind of guy. Right. And honestly, I think he could be, but maybe it's just like the decision making process in his head. I don't know.
And I think Riley, he might just take them. They're both co-number ones, and they'll both take an even amount of snaps. Because that amount of talent, you cannot sit one guy in the back. You can't. Not downhill runner. That's him. Newbie is more an Amir style, like break your ankles, look for other options. Squirt out of the hole, and that's the way Jordan Stevenson is. He is. I think he's already bigger than Abdullah is now. He's 5'9", but he weighs 210, I think.
Well, see, and that's another reason why I wanted to mention Jordan Stevenson is because I feel like he could actually take it from everybody.
And then we have that other guy. I can't say his name.
Was it like Jackson?
No, we have a Jackson. No, the other kid that we signed, he might redshirt this year. Akinzabo, or I can't say his last name. I don't even know how to say it. Oxabo. He's out of Texas. He's a good kid. He was the first Riley commit in this class.
So he's a frosh.
He's a
froshmans.
But he has one of the hardest names to pronounce.
You should look it up and see if you can pronounce it.
Now.
I'll try to pronounce it.
It's terrible, dude. Well, here's the breakdown you're looking for.
The what?
The breakdown you're looking for, position-wise.
Oh, yeah. Oh, linebackers. We need to talk about linebackers because everybody's all worried about our linebackers. Yep. I'm really not.
I super am.
I cannot sit here and tell you that I'm worried about our linebackers.
Oh, they don't even have it on there. They don't even have his name. This is incredible.
I really feel like we're going to have an awesome linebacking core, and people
it's gonna go one or two
way
ways.
Too much into it.
That's how I feel. One of two ways.
But while we're on the players subject, because that's where we've been for a while, let's move over to fucking Brandon. Let's talk about Brandon.
Brandon Riley. I've been on you, kid, for 3 years. And you can ask anybody that I hang out with. I talk about you all the time. Not all the time.
Dude, you talked about him before he even stepped on the field. Like, I remember that shit.
I've had big expectations.
Like, look out for this
Actually,
kid.
There's a lot of the wide receivers that I talk about like that. Like,
and what's our wide receivers coach name?
Kevin Williams.
He's calling him White Lightning now.
Lightning.
Like, apparently he's got some fucking feats on him.
And
like he can fucking run.
He in an interview at post practice or something the other day. He wants to fight for the return spot. He wants to fight DeMornay Personnel for the punt return spot. And I think he is fast enough to do it. But he had a hamstring last year, which really stinks, but I think he can do it.
Can you just say sucks instead of stinks?
It really sucks. Sucks for you, Brandon Riley, but you're still the man.
You're making me look bad, Lonnie.
But there's a lot of those kids, like Alonzo Moore.
You're like the
Brandon Riley.
Clean mouth, I'm the potty mouth.
Who's the other one? There's a bunch of wide receivers. I didn't write them down. I wanted to. There's a bunch of wide receivers that I've been talking about for years. Alonzo Moore is one of them, like probably the biggest one that I always am on this kid all the time, and it just like something always happens.
But I'm looking for big things from Brandon.
I am too.
Like just from the talk,
Lane Hovey,
about how everything's been going.
Lane Hovey, you walk on from Iowa, you son of a bitch. You bring the heat, brother. You do it. He's actually one of the tallest wide receivers we got. 6'4".
No shit.
And he is the man. He's going to be another White Lightning. He's like Nate Smith, dude. Big, tall, white, lanky, white boy from Iowa.
That motherfucker.
You bring it, dude. Bring it on.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you a question. It's totally out of the blue. I didn't write this down.
Sweet.
I saw somebody ask this on Facebook. I didn't post to it. I was just scrolling through. Who is your favorite walk-on of all time? Do you have one?
Of all time. That's tough.
It's very tough.
I think you gotta go, like, some of the biggest award, like...
No, you'd have to look.
Dude, I had it. I had a good one.
Well, mine, personally, is Matt motherfucking O'Hanlon.
Matt O'Hanlon.
You do not get a safety job as a walk-on if you're not a badass motherfucker.
And we watched
that
you
guy
hard,
was
yes.
a badass. And we watched him year after year and kept up with him. And, dude, he made some fucking super key plays that without them...
Who's the linebacker from last year?
Walk-on from last year.
And he had to come in and just fill. And he did a hell of a job.
Oh, and you're worried about the linebacker position?
A little bit, yes. Shut up. I can't think of his name, though.
We'll find his name.
Damn it. I'm doing three things at once. Hang on.
Stop doing three things at once.
I gotta find this running back's name. It's super hard to fucking pronounce. Can't make it any bigger. Right there.
You find it?
Yes.
You found both the linebacker?
No, just the running back. I
back?
just found the running back.
Oh, you found the running back.
That's his name right there.
And what's his name?
Divine
Azigabo.
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 I don't even know why we're talking. I don't even know why we're talking about you, but you're gonna be awesome.
I have faith. If he's in a Husker jersey, dude, he's good.
And he was the one, like, Riley offered him a scholarship, and he was the first one to sign after Riley took over.
No shit.
So, got to give him up for that.
Do you know the linebacker
I'm getting there, dude. Getting there.
Sorry, son. I think we're going to make him the last thing we talk about. No, maybe not. We should probably do that last.
Okay.
We kind of talked about it, but we'll go even farther.
Okay, so we were talking back end. We're talking back end, or are we talking?
Running backs.
Okay. Running backs. Next would be linebackers. You want to talk about linebackers?
Yes, we need to talk about linebackers.
I don't think they're scary. I think they're scary, but like I was telling you, it could go two ways. Because we get Michael Rose, Ivy back.
We get Rose, Bando.
Hopefully he can come into his role.
He will. Dude, he's so much more simplified now, too. He
looked really good last year.
He doesn't have to he's not scatterbrained now. He's just gotta wrap up, dude. That was our biggest problem with our linebacking core. And our secondary. Like, trying to hit people, like, lay them out with your shoulder. I mean, there's times for that, but you got to know when those times are. Like, you can't just go running at somebody and launch your shoulder at them like a fucking missile and expect to hit them every fucking time. They're going to see that shit coming, and that's what got us in fucking trouble in the first place.
But with that being said, we have a lot of kids. There's a few names here. Derek Young, Tyron Ferguson, Luke Gifford. Luke Gifford is a local kid.
Oh, no shit.
I hope he does really good. He started off as safety, and they need a linebacker help, so he's added up some weight. But this Derek Young...
That means he's going to be fast.
Derek Young is looking at starting right away as a true freshman on the inside.
So what do you think? Young, Bando, and Rose?
And Rose.
Maybe?
Yeah, and then you have young kids after that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they rotate him in and get him snaps. Because that's what we need. That needs to happen more often than it has in recent years. Like, you can practice a kid over and over, scrimmage the shit out of them. But if they don't get any experience, they're not gonna fucking they're gonna shit their goddamn pants when they're in front of that many people finally on the field. Being like the expectations for you go from here to fucking here.
Trevor Roach. That's who I was thinking of.
Roach.
Yes.
Good one.
That's
Good one.
There you go. Found him.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
I think it's fair to say that we both had really good walk-on names.
I think so. Trevor Roach, you're my favorite. Even though it took me 10 minutes to find your name. We'll edit that part out. You won't even know. Okay, well. So. I would say linebacker depth. It's going to be scary. So is defensive end.
Depth's going to be scary, but our starters.
Our starters are going to be all right.
You can't be worried about them.
No, but depth is going to be scary, especially when you hit the heat, like the meat of our Big Ten schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Big Ten teams run the ball.
Yes.
And some of them are going spread, so you can't just have the prototypical 3-4 linebacker. You have to have some kids with speed, which we have. We have them. So I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried about is
if somebody gets injured,
there's
somebody gets
4,
tired.
5, 6 studs, and then you have to rely on
inexperienced,
more true freshmen. Not necessarily a bad thing, because there's some walk-on kids there from Nebraska. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. You guys turn it on and be studs, but it's scary, and you got to be losing.
So basically, that's our biggest question mark on defense is the linebacker group.
Yes.
And I agree with that.
Yes.
I'm not really as scared about it as you are, but
if we're in the Big 12,
that is our weakest link.
It
is our weakest link. But you got to remember who's behind them, who's in front of them too. It's going to help immensely. Our defensive line should be a fucking destroying, disastrous animal.
Yes.
And
minus our D, and D end depth is a little scary too. But we have some kids there that I think can really play. So that doesn't scare me as bad as linebacker.
And then our secondary should be fucking sick. Dude.
Our secondary is going to be really good.
Sick.
Yes.
Like
Nathan Gary will
badass.
be an all Big Ten safety.
Davey will shine.
Daniel Davey, Lincoln kid. Gotta love that too.
Kalu?
Joshua Kalu.
Josh. Fuck yeah, dude.
Byerson Cockrell. I hope.
That's the other name I was trying to think of. I couldn't fucking think of it earlier.
I hope he can stay healthy. Jonathan Rose, the transfer from Auburn a couple years ago.
the second Rose.
He ought to be good. He's been buying his time, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully he comes into his own a little bit. And Kieran Williams will be the probably backup safety to Gary and Jonathan Rose and Cockrell, because I think those guys will all be in safety. But Kieran Williams he's going to be all Big Ten. I guarantee it.
Yeah, you think so?
He blocked 2 kicks last year.
He was the one. Yeah, dude.
Him and Brandon Riley got kicks.
Yeah, that's right.
So the kid, and he's a military kid. He followed Keith Williams over from Air Force, so yeah. I think the kid's gonna be good.
I'm fucking looking forward to all of it, all the fucking above.
On our offense, there's just a couple tall wide receivers, but like Lane Hovey's 6'4". I think he's the tallest one. All the other ones are short and fast. Not all short, but
hey, Lenny's back.
Found the beer can out there.
Hey, I heard that. Somebody must have missed the fucking bucket.
I'm a terrible ninja.
But I think the offense that we play, the shorter wide receivers are going to be awesome. You put 2 guys in the slots, 2 of the DPE and Jordan Western.
Like a couple Walkers, couple Swifts.
two Walkers, and you put the 2 tall guys on the outside.
DeMornay is going to be on the outside.
Alonzo Moore, Sam Birch.
They might. You know what? If I was an offensive coordinator, I would bounce them around a lot. Not just DeMornay, but all of them.
Yeah.
Like I would bounce them all around because the more you move them around, the more it moves the defense around, and the more holes you can create.
Yeah. And I think
you find a weak spot in the defense and you execute on it.
Yep. So your primary receiver changes every time. They're going to see. Let's see, you line up Pearson, primary. So they're going to double team him.
Totally.
Okay. They bring him inside after he's making all these whatever or fucking. How the fuck have we not talked about Westerchamp?
It's right now. We're talking about it right now.
Now he will be primarily the primary receiver.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. But if you shift him back and forth,
you can't double
what are you going to do?
You can't double team.
You can't double stamp, triple stamp, double stamp.
You can't.
You can't do that shit. Like, what the fuck are they gonna do? This is where it falls on Tommy.
Good luck
This is
to
where
you guys.
this is where it
So
falls
where
on
does
Tommy to
Tommy
make the
play?
right decision. Short and long. His mid, I think, was where
within
he's
5 to 7 yards.
pressure. He did not deal with pressure very well.
Well, yeah.
But the new offense is going to deal
Yeah.
with pressure for
Yeah.
him.
So you're like,
If he doesn't have time, he can always throw the bubble screen to DeMornay or
Or
Jordy or
well, but he's got to be able to make that decision like on the fly. Like he's got to be able to check down.
See, and I think that's
and
where
get
our
it
problem
to the
was
guy.
the last few years, is the quarterback never had real time.
That's true.
You know,
That's true.
And the holes that say that a running back should have been running through, our quarterback is running through. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
That
And
yeah,
that's-
exactly.
And then we're putting our
Well,
quarterback
see, and when
into
they
that
did have
danger
time-
zone where he gets hurt.
Yep. And when they did have the time, we saw what happened. It was
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
yeah, making killer plays, huge plays. That's
All
what I'm
they
saying,
need
though. If he's good
a
at
few
the short
seconds,
pass,
man.
all you need is first downs.
Uh-huh.
To keep the
His-
ball.
Well,
His
and see,
worst
right
is the
there,
short
you
pass.
start right there, and you build his confidence.
So you get Westerkamp,
DeMornay.
DeMornay, and then
Brandon.
Then
And Riley.
and now we get one of our running backs to come out,
Noobs.
get
Noobs,
Noobs to run out and come around right that 7 yards. You know what I'm saying?
But see, Tommy has no
Just
touch.
saying.
He doesn't like to touch pass. He just likes
No,
to
he
drill
just
it.
likes to fucking rocket.
Just
Why
drill
do
it.
he's been working with Brett Favre? Now we're fucked in that
Oh, yeah.
aspect now. Like he's gonna be throwing 90-mile-an-hour fastballs
90,000.
constantly
Take
now.
the field sides off.
There's no such thing as a touch pass for that kid now.
No.
Which is fucking awesome because it's just fucking awesome.
Well, you got a guy like Lester.
The
Kidd
dude's
that
got a
can catch
cannon on him, and he throws
And
them
DeMornay.
90 miles an hour.
DeMornay
All
can
right.
go up and get
They
him.
can catch him.
Oh,
And
they
that's
can,
the-
and they have. They
Ride
did
the
last year. We
Ride
saw
the
some nasty,
Imagine
beautiful, amazing catches
Imagine
last year.
Westerkamp has a ball thrown to him that is actually hits him in the chest.
He's probably gonna be like Kenny Bell.
Will he
mean,
catch it?
Who knows? Because he's never caught
He
one
never
like
uses
that.
it, has he?
I
don't
mean,
remember ever
it might hit
seeing
him
it.
in the chest and flip around. He has to turn around and catch it behind his
He
back.
might have to.
And then
He
make a
is good at
touchdown.
that. He is good at that.
So yeah, I don't know. I think the offense is gonna fit, and a lot of people are talking about Tommy this and Tommy that.
Abraham hit me with a ball bat.
Yeah, and I think Riley isn't gonna force feed it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
But he'll let it run with it. If everybody's talking about Tommy, why not let it just go with it?
Let it be.
Let it be.
Yeah.
Let it be the way
He's
it
gonna
is.
he's gonna let them guys play their own game.
Yeah.
And he's gonna just do his own.
They're going to
little
play their
tweaks.
own game
Yeah.
anyways, because it's one thing when they're in practice and they're practicing and practicing.
When they're on the field,
when
it's
it's
a
on
whole
the field
different
and they're
fucking
playing
animal.
a team that wants nothing but to destroy us, it changes all the elements to it. You know,
Completely.
And hopefully, if the football gods look down upon us, we won't fall apart, and we'll be conditioned enough, and we will be ready for that kind of stuff this year. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, dude, we're less than a month away now.
I know, dude. I'm so excited.
Well, or maybe
I got it.
exactly a month away. What day?
We got a football hard
Is
on right
it?
now.
Oh, less than a month away. Less than a fucking month away.
I'm not gonna lie.
28 days or whatever.
I was not excited like 2 months ago. Usually when football season gets close, middle of summer, I'm
See,
so excited.
2
I
months
can't
ago
even-
is probably when I started getting kind of hyped for it. Like, I had a sour taste in my mouth with the whole fucking coaching change and all that shit, and everybody knows it. All my friends, everybody that hangs out here knows it. I was fucking pissed.
We were all pissed.
I was infuriated. You were infuriated. We talked about it, and we wanted to rip people's heads off because of it.
The only clown that showed
Because
up was
we
Beck.
agreed with Bo on most everything. Now, he said what he said, but some little fucking weasel cocksucker recorded that goddamn conversation. His final conversation with his players. Now, why would you
And the thing is if you
disrespectful
really
little
listen to that
shit.
recording, he's not talking about the people that supported him.
No,
He's
not.
talking about all
people
the
that
people
didn't
that were
support him.
fans.
the fucking assholes.
Yeah, the fans that were like, "Well, he
and
sucks."
Whatever.
Yeah, and I mean,
Aggravating.
to me, with Bo, that was badass because he showed that he was a real person.
Exactly.
And I
Just
mean,
like
he
the rest of
can-
us.
Yeah.
But you gotta hold yourself to a higher standard and not be human.
Yeah, you talk
Bullshit.
shit about
You
me, I'm
have
gonna
to be
fucking
a
tell you.
robot and do
Not
this
only
and
do
this and
not
blah
only do
blah
people
blah.
talk shit about him, but they talk shit about him for 4 fucking years.
After he brought our
Yeah.
fucking team back from the depths of fucking hell.
And then also
The
took-
depths of hell.
yeah.
Remember that, motherfuckers.
And then took all credit for all our turmoil.
Yep.
I mean, all the bad things that happened. He took credit for all of it. Even
Fuck
when there
yes,
was
he did.
fights going on in the locker rooms and people getting suspended.
People breaking their
There's still
feet on
players
lockers.
that we have no idea why they were suspended. I mean, which one was it? Levante Davis? No, not Levante Davis.
No, it wasn't Levante.
That one it was a linebacker. God, what was that kid's name? They suspended him kicked him off the team, didn't they?
Was that Santos? No, Santos happened in the off season.
Well, they kicked him.
He
It was for something, and he never once. And I might be wrong.
There was a few. There was a few kids like that.
Yeah, nobody ever even
None
knew
of them ever
what
said
happened
shit. No.
because Bo kept it on. He kept it on
Internal.
wraps. He kept it inside the program. He kept
that's how it
inside
should be.
And that's exactly how it should be.
How it should be.
And that's why that whole recording, they were just looking for him to fuck up, and that's all that was. Some asshole took his smartphone in there, recorded his shit, and was like, I'm gonna.
Not only that, you're sitting in a room full of media people.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I cannot sit here and tell you that I like our AD. Now, I would love that's the problem. This is where I'm like conflicted and have like this double standard almost. It's like I hate the fact that we have a new AD. I hated it when fucking Ozzy left, dude. I was mad. I was really mad. And then they hired this guy, and I listened to his interviews, and I was like, this guy is a fucking tool.
He's a weasel.
And I've never liked him, but then he hired Riley, and I've slowly but surely started to fall in love with Riley.
Yeah, it's hard.
So I am going to root
schools,
for
man.
Riley, but I will never like Sean.
Thing with how schools work, dude, and it all has to do with boards and superintendents and all those people. And what they did is Osborne was the type of guy that would say, "This is how it's going to be. This is how I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to say yes to everything." And I think what they did is they wanted a yes man, so they hired this guy.
They hired a yes man.
They hired a yes man. Because we can go to you can look at all the different sports that are in Nebraska, with baseball to basketball, and there's problems all over the place. You know what I mean? There's problems with their basketball program. You know?
I love that fucking dude.
Yeah.
I love our basketball coach.
Oh yeah, I do too.
Oh,
he's awesome and he's cool and he's super dedicated, but he can't win games.
Yeah.
He just can't. They can't win games, dude.
It's true.
When our bowling team is better than our basketball team.
So
and give credit to the bowling team.
4-time
badass.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Badass.
National champs.
What about our
Yeah.
volleyball team, dude?
Volleyball team definitely.
Bad asses.
Our gymnastic team's really good too.
They are.
God, Wisconsin. What you got, Wisconsin?
Yeah, what's up?
I
Fucking
don't think I've
badger
ever
my ass.
watched
College
gymnastics. I'm sure it's awesome.
You guys, surely you guys have heard about or read about the fucking whole announcer bullshit where he
Oh, yes. Did you read
fucking
about this?
No, I didn't hear anything.
fucking
about
So
weaseled a
the
bunch of
announcer-
old ladies?
The guy that talks over the microphone in the
Yeah,
stadium.
in the stadium. The stadium
tackle
announcer.
it. Yeah. What about him?
Dude, he's
Swindled some old
gonzo.
ladies out of
Like, he's facing serious
$375,000.
fucking charges.
He hustled a bunch of old ladies.
Old
Two
ladies.
ladies.
Yeah,
like
dude.
they both had
Out
dementia.
of, how much fucking money was it?
$375.
Jesus.
Why
Tits.
do you? How does a person even think to do that?
He had a friend that was like something, like a lawyer or something, and got them to
Had
change.
something about mortgage shit.
He
Had
got them
do
to
with
change
homes.
their like person of power, whatever you call it, right?
That guy's a tool.
We hit an hour. That was our goal.
I'm Lonnie. Go Big Red.
All right, so
I don't know how to do this.
to anybody that decided to listen to us,
Hit me up on Twitter.
you can definitely hit us up on Twitter. Lonnie's Twitter handle is what?
Blair_LB.
My Twitter handle is HuskerFanGBR. Look us up, hit us up, ask us questions.
No, mine.
For all you know.
At Blair_LB.
For all you know.
Blair
Maybe we'll read them.
_
That's
LB.
That's BLAIR_LB.
At Blair.
Yep. Make sure
Got
you
it.
write that down.
We got it.
Write it down.
Follow me. Hit me up.
Yep. Ask us some questions.
We'll talk football.
Tell us what you guys want us to talk about next time.
Questions, comments.
All of the above.
If you want to fight, that's cool too. We like to argue.
Yeah, we love to argue, so
Bring it on.
get some.
Go Big Red.
Anyways, we love you guys, and
Go Big Red.
go Big Red.
Go Big